Hi, welcome to SketchCast, the video magazine of the Southeastern Conference Church of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Paul Goodridge, and it's my pleasure to introduce our interview with Dr. Leslie Pollard, the president of Oakwood University. The interview was conducted at Southeastern Conference's camp meeting, where he was the featured speaker both for the Friday night and for the Sabbath morning worship service. Listen now and enjoy our interview with Dr. Leslie Pollard.
Okay, three directions. Number one, we're going into globalization. So you can see that in the Oakwood Online University. Fairly soon, we're going to be able to deliver the Oakwood product around the world. Tokyo, Manila, Nairobi, you name it. As a matter of fact, that process has already started. We rolled out Oakwood Online University. The demonstration set of courses that we offered were in January. So now we've offered more than 24 this coming July. This past July. So coming July, because we're in June still. So that's what's happening, and we're excited about it. So globalization is one of the big things. Number two, industry recovery. If you think back on the history of Oakwood University, if you know anything about that history, it began with a very rich portfolio of industries that were used to help students finance their way through the institution. Over time, those were shed for lots of reasons, lots of good business reasons at the time. So now what we're doing in the 21st century is recovering industry that has a 21st century twist to it. So for example, one of the things that we've decided is that we have to create non-tuition based revenue in order to support the institution, so that one day we can say to students, if you don't come to Oakwood, it's not because the money is not available. Right. We never want to turn away a student because they don't have the money. So part of what we're doing is we're actually recovering industry. One of the most recent things we're doing, and right now you can say a prayer for it, we're purchasing an edible arrangements franchise. We'll be the first university to move into that line of business. And it's perfect for us because it's compatible with our mission. It's fruit bouquets, you know what I mean? It's like fruit, a little bit of chocolate. I know some of our people are sensitive about chocolate, so I always tell them it's vegetarian. So there's that. And then the third area that we're moving into very quickly is infrastructure renovation. So we've got to renew the infrastructure. On the quad of Oakwood, Cunningham, Carter Hall, if you think about that circular inner campus area, we're in the process now of doing some upgrades. We've got a $6.4 million renovation going on of Carter Hall. We are building a brand new media center. So this is not renovation, this is new structure, so that we can assist with globalization. In the media center, 11,700 square feet, we're going to house OUBN, Oakwood University Broadcast Network, so that we can be in charge of telling our story. Does that make sense? Absolutely. Yeah, that's what we got to do. If you don't own your product, somebody else will own it, and therefore own you. And I don't want to be owned by anybody.
Great. Target audience.
Okay, the target audience is twofold. First of all, many of our students, we found that in the last 3 years, we had about 800 students who took courses outside of Oakwood University and then transferred them back into Oakwood. So we'd like to serve our students. You don't need to go to some of the major online providers in order to get what you need at Oakwood, because when we provide the coursework, we also shape it with our unique faith perspectives. So that's the first audience. The second is the audience of people who, if any one of us went to Oakwood, just think back in any era, you remember in your freshman, sophomore years, there'd be some people there, and then you look up and they're not there, junior year. So they started, but they weren't able to finish. So many of those persons we're going to be going after and saying, look, if you can't come back to Oakwood, Oakwood can come to you through Oakwood Online University. So that's what we're doing. And then, of course, the larger catchment of the online university are persons who love the brand Oakwood and would like to be able to say that we are Oakwoodites. And so we're reaching out to them around the world. So it's an exciting time at Oakwood University. Okay, the same things I just mentioned to you: globalization, right? Industry recovery, right? Media. So all of those things represent the larger vision, so that Oakwood becomes an institution that is the premier deliverer of faith-based education in the world. That's what we want to do. We want to make sure that when we deliver the product from Oakwood, that product is bathed in the faith integration perspectives that define us as an institution. If we don't do that, then we really don't need to be in the education business, because state schools can deliver knowledge. A lot of people can deliver knowledge, but very few people can take knowledge and put it within the framework of God's purposes for young people, and that's what we're doing. Okay, it looks like globalization. You see that? Got my talking points. It looks like globalization. It looks like entrepreneurship. When people look back on these years, they'll see entrepreneurship, they'll see globalization, they'll see empowerment of students, faculty, alumni. They'll see a closer working relationship with alumni from around the world. They'll see all of those things. And every one of us, me, before me, my predecessor, before my predecessor, his predecessor, every one of us actually builds upon what the other has done. So after I'm gone, somebody else will come, and then they will build out further, and the institution will be blessed. Now, I hope there are not too many people who come after me, because I'd like the Lord to come. I really would. As a matter of fact, he can stop me right now. If he wants to come now, he can stop, and I'm happy to say, okay, that's enough, we've done. So that's what we're looking at. So I see it as an entrepreneurial and globalization. Those are the two things that I think. Of course, academics is really important, because people kind of know me for having the academic stuff. So the academic side of Oakwood University will always be a part of the important legacy.